everyone, this is Chris. Thank you for joining me. So today we're going to make some necklaces and it's super duper easy. You can also adapt this to make them longer, of course, in any color, and also bracelets. It doesn't have to be a necklace, but I wanted to make something a little big. These necklaces are not that big though. They're quite close to the neck, but you can make them longer. I just wanted something for myself and to offer to my friends, and they asked me to make some kind of short necklaces. Very easy to do. You need very few beads for this because these are floating necklaces or floating beads, so it's very simple. Today we're going to use only 2 strands of wire. Next time in a future video I will do with 4 strands to make it look a bit more filled, or a bit more, not say fluffy, but yeah, a bit more filled, I would say. So this one here is in blue, of course. I really love it. I don't know if the camera is going to be able to pick it up, but it's really shiny. I have these beads that I have bought last year. I will put the link on the upper right corner just there if you want to take a look. All the beads that I have bought last year, and I have bought some others this year. And because you don't have to put so many beads on, the interesting part of it is that you can put your money into more expensive beads like Swarovski beads like I have used here. And I also love this color because it matches a lot of the clothes I have, so I wanted to do something like this as well, and I like this color also maybe for fall. So today I'm going to do something in another color. I'm going to do some reds, and I will show you how you can use different clasps. So we're going to use this kind of clasp here and also these 2-part ones that I like. I think it gives a more precious look, and I will do that on this one here. So I'm not going to give you any measurements because you understood that you can make them any length, but I would recommend cutting them longer than what you need. It's better if you have a little extra, then I think here it's going to be a bit short and it's going to be a hassle. And honestly, this is my experience, but I think I'm not the only one. It is so a pain in the back when you don't have enough wire, and then you can't really close it, and then you have to do it again. You don't want to because you don't know what to do with the piece you have done. So please, you know, cut it a little longer and throw it away, but it makes your life so much easier. So for something that is not too long, I would recommend at least 50 centimeters, which is about 21 inches. That's good, and you will have a little bit of waste, but not too much. So today I'm going to use some wire. It's not so flexible. It is flexible, but it's called a tiger tail. So you will need to cut 2 strands, of course, of the same length. Here again, I have cut about 50 centimeters. So I'm going to work on black. I think it's going to be easier for you to see the strands, and I am also going to use all kinds of beads here. So I am using this beading tool called a beading board or a bead board, and I think it's really nice to work on this because your beads don't move along. You can really start putting them in place and see how it goes, and if you want to make any adjustments. I think it's better to do that right now than while you're beading all your beads, okay? So I've already prepped mine. I think it's going to be good, and there's maybe too much, but I can always take some more away if I want to. And a lot of these beads are Swarovski beads. These and these, the red ones are, and then I have used some little pearls and 2 small ones to finish it up. Of course, you can do this in any color. And I've also used here some crimp beads, crimp bead covers, and I also have a few other elements in case I need them. I think I will need them depending on what kind of closure I'm going to use. If it's this kind of clasp, yes, I will need also 2 of these, and that's it. So crimp beads, and of course a crimp tool. Like this one, for example, it's better to use this because it makes it really, really tight. Alright, so let's start. You could use a bead stopper for this, but I don't see why we should do that because we're going to already close one part of this, this necklace. So the first thing I am going to put, this is optional, is to put a crimp cover. I think it finishes it more, it looks nicer. So you put that one in here. Then you're going to put your crimp bead. I am using a crimp tube, but it's exactly the same. And you're going to put your 2 strands together in this. All right. I would consider, if you're doing necklaces, having different sizes of crimp beads because that's going to be very useful. So you can stay very close to the end, even though we're going to trim it a little bit. And then we're going to use our crimp tool. I'm going to put it in the first hole. I hope you'll be able to see what I'm doing here. All right, I'm going to squish it, turn it, put it into the first hole there, and press. So it already makes something really nice, but I want to cover this up. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to snip the excess, and I'm going to use this snipper. It's really nice. I like this quality. And now I'm going to cover the whole stuff in my crimp, my crimp cover. Then I'm going to use these pliers and just press. You don't need to squish it, you just need to close it. And there is a little hole here where I will be able to put my jump ring later. I'm not going to bother with the jump ring right now. This is what I'm going to use later to put this hook to finish and close my my necklace. So now that this is done, and it moves a little bit around, so this is good. Okay, so now you're going to take the two other ends of your necklace, and we're going to start beading. So I'm not going to be able to show you the whole beadboard. I'm just going to show you the beginning. So in the first place, you're going to put your two strands together. You're going to take, I think it's better to start with the smallest or almost the smallest bead, and you're going to bead the two strands together, and then you put it all the way through. And then I decide, because that's the way I want to go for, I want to do another very tiny one and still put the two strands together into the hole and put it all the way through. I just want to do that to make it look nice. I want to end up with two little beads. Then you're going to separate the two strands, and you're going to make or use another bead. So I'm using a pearl. You can use whatever you want at this stage, of course. Put it all the way through, put it back together, and this red color is going to be used every time I need to put these two strands together. So two together, open it. I am going to use another bead, put it all the way through, close it, and use my red bead and put the two strands together through. I have decided that in my design here, I would put these red beads every other bead because I like the look it's going to have in the end. That's what I have decided to go for, but you can only use one at a time. It's really up to you how you want to make your design. Think it first, and then it'll be easier. So I'm going to keep up doing this until my entire necklace is done, and then I'll show you how to close it and how to use the other clasp, the toggle, because the technique is a little different. Alright, I haven't finished it, but I want to give you a little tip here. When you are putting all your beads down, you maybe not want to put them all the way back to the beginning, but there is something you need to know. If I want to press like this, like if I want to press my beads all the way through, because I have a little bead here, I'm not going able to, you see it's blocking. I can't go further along, and I don't want to press too hard. So you need to move these little beads here, the ones where you have your two strands going in the center, and then everything, all the rest is going to move. Don't try to do it another way because you might break or kink your wire here, and you really don't want to do that. And then you just spread them as much or as little as you wish. See this, how it's going along? I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I hope the camera will be able to pick it up. I really love it. Love this red and white and a little bit of bling here. And you see, space them. Try to be quite regular. You don't have to use a ruler for this. Of course, you just eyeball it. I like the fact that I have the two little beads here, one white. Are you going to be able to see it? Yeah, on the skin, I think it's the best color, actually. With a little bit of suntan, it always looks nicer. And yeah, that's it. Okay, I have finished up my necklace. I think it's really nice. I like all these colors. Well, there are two main colors with a little bit of white to make it pop out and a little bit of shiny gold here. I love that too, like little diamonds. Okay, so we're gonna finish it up. We're gonna put our 2 strands into the crimp bead cover, then into the crimp bead, I'm going to push it down. I'm going to use my crimp tool again in the first hole, and I'm going to press. I'm going to turn it and put it into the first hole and press again. So that makes it all secure. I'm going to push up my crimp cover. Oh, first I need to trim it, sorry. Need to trim all the excess off. All right. And push the crimp cover and close. That's it. Now I'm going to use my 2 jump rings. So what I like to do when I open my jump rings is using 2 flat nose pliers. So always open them like parallel to each other. You open them this way, never this way, because it makes it very fragile and it might break later. I'm going to pass these through the little hole, and on one side I'm going to add my clasp and then put them back like it was in the beginning. On the other side, I'm only going to add my jump ring. Shut. Make sure it's really well closed. And there you go. What I usually do is I always check that my clasp works before putting it on. You never know. And now it's perfect. Take a look at this. I think the color is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if I need to show you this on white or kind of white, but it's really shiny. It really looks great. I like to use, if I need to clean them up, especially if it's Swarovski beads, sometimes a little bit of window cleaner, just to make it come back and shiny again, because you've got always a little bit of oil on your skin. It's so beautiful. Look at this. I hope you'll be able to see this. Let me come very close. These beads are so beautiful. It makes a really nice necklace. It would be a lovely bracelet as well. And there you go. So now I'm going to show you how you could also use some toggles instead of using this. So I'm going to take my other necklace that I haven't finished yet. I hope I'm going to be able to do it because, as you can see, I have very, very little tail here to do that. So this time I'm also going to use a jump ring, and you need to do, for this example here, to use a jump ring that is wide enough not only to put 2 strands in, but actually to put 4 strands, because we're going to come back into our jump ring to finish it up. So first I'm going to put the jump ring, and you could also finish that part using a bead cover. Then I'm going to take one of these, pass through completely. I'm going to press it, and then I'm maybe going to use my tool here to come back inside my jump ring. Did I say jump ring? No, my crimp bead. Okay, pull the 2 ends. This is really, really short, but I think it's going to be good enough. Okay, and leave a little space in here. Your toggle must be moving along. If it's too tight, that's when it breaks, okay? Same for the beads. Here the beads are very loose, but usually a bracelet can break because everything is too tight that it can't really move. It needs a little space to wiggle around. So now I think I'm really happy with this. I think it's plenty enough. I can use again my crimp tool, put it into the first hole, press, then the second hole, and then put it into the first hole here and press again. Now this is not really looking so nice, so what I like to use is also a bead cover for this, and I make sure that I really pressed enough. That's good. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Now you're going to cut the excess. At this stage, make sure that you're cutting the right pieces. And there you go. Okay, so I will probably put a bead cover. You're going to do the exact same thing on the other side here. I think this necklace is going to be really short, but it's going to fit my neck. I've tried already. So now the only thing you need to do is put this inside here, pull, and there you go. I think it finishes up the necklace, or it can be a bracelet, very well. Some people say that this is not really good as a bracelet because it might go off easily. I think that if your closure here, your toggle, is in a good quality, this hole here, this piece there, should not be too big. If it's too big, yes, this part may go inside and you may take it away very easily, but I have some other examples I have in silver, for example, and the hole here is much smaller, or this part is bigger, so it really can go off. But I think that for a necklace, it's good enough, and it's going to stay in place. You're not going to lose it at all. And here you go. You see, this one is the biggest I have made. This one is a little smaller, and you've got this one that is really, really close to the neck. But it does fit. I've tried, and it's not bad at all, even though I think it's a bit, I would probably need maybe half an inch more. So there you go. I hope you will like this tutorial because it was fun, it was fast, it is easy. You don't need a lot of beads, as you can see here. Very few is good to go. So again, you can use more expensive beads, since you don't have to put that many onto your necklace, and it's going to be very shiny. Glass beads are always more, at least now, shinier than the plastic ones, but I must say that I am more inclined to use acrylic beads because their quality have improved over time, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And I love these beads. I love pearls, and it makes something really nice and precious also. So please, people, give me some thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button to get notified every time I post a new video, and leave me your comments. Tell me what you think. Have you already tried? Do you like the look of these necklaces? I think they're really nice. If you want to sell them, I mean, it isn't time consuming. It is not at all. So you can do this, in front of TV. You can space them as much or as little as you want. This one is really close. All the beads are very close together. And you can sell them like hotcakes, really, for a good price. So I hope to see you in future videos. Meanwhile, please take care and see you soon. Bye-bye.